Hello and welcome to Geek at Play Studio. I'm Amy Chopin and I'm bringing you what is new in View 7. And we're going to go on a quick overview of the great new things that the Eon Software team has given to us. And first I want to point out to you just a little thing. We now have a new tab in our options called Units and Coordinates, and it's just a nice little way to bring all these length units and the world coordinate system, all this together so it's easier to see and to work with. And then I want to show you we have our terrains are now in two different buttons, and this first button is going to give you the standard terrains, or you can right click and enter the terrain editor. And the next button will give you the procedural terrains. If you left clicked on that, you'd get a procedural terrain, but a right click is going to give you several presets. And those are pretty neat, and we'll go into a lot of detail on that in one of our tutorials here. And then the next thing that we have is our water plane. Now, we had a water plane before, but now if we select the water and edit object, we have these water surface options with all these different ways to control your water, how it looks, and there is foam now automatically added to the water that gives it a great effect. And it will be along the coasts of terrains that you have added into there. So that's a nifty little thing there. And then in our atmosphere, you'll see that we have this new bit of clouds, these spectral 2 clouds. And if I add something here, a cloud, there's a cloud front, there's some neat things here. You'll see that we have 2 more options here, sharpness and feathers. And those just really give you a lot of control over how your clouds look, and they look really fantastic. We're excited to show you those later on. So that's it for our land, our air, and our water. And now I want to show you some of the new functions or the new operations that you can do. Now we can record a macro and we can play back that macro, so you don't have to do all those repetitive actions. And something that we discovered down here in the corner is our object graph. Let me put that in. And it's kind of like the function editor, but it deals with your objects and connects them to each other related on their position or their size, and they can change in the animation. And we'll go over that in a lot of detail. There's a lot of great possibilities with that. And now if we go ahead and go into our material editor and into our function editor, there's something else that's really good there. So now if I just click on this input node right here, we have these new external dependencies and recall dependencies. We'll go over that, but it will just make things dependent on other attributes outside of the material. And also, let's go ahead and select all of these. We can create a meta node out of that. And we can do a lot with that. You can save meta nodes and use them in other scenes that you've created, so there's a lot of power in that one as well. So we'll exit that. And the ecosystem painter also has a couple of new features with it. So if we click on that, you'll find that now we have control over the rotation of objects that we're painting in with our ecosystem painter, and we can alter the direction from the surface, and we can paint things right on the sides and change what direction they're going from. Another thing that's nice with the trees and the plants and views is that you'll find that as the wind blows through them, there is motion blur. Now I want to take a look at the camera here, and if we edit object, we have this new option here, lens aberration, and that's fun to play with. And also you'll find if you move the camera, got the camera selected, all I'm doing is moving it forward, it will automatically alter the height so that it's always above an object. Also, if you press Control while you're changing these camera things here, it will go a little bit slower, giving you a little bit more precise control over your camera there in the controls. And xStream users will be happy to find out that you'll be able to use View in all of your favorite programs with only one purchased license. And also you'll find that the integration in your other programs is going to be a lot smoother and work a lot better. And when you are all finished with your project, you will also find that your rendering is faster and goes over more passes, and it saves a lot of information. It saves the indirect lighting, so it doesn't have to recompute that every time you're tweaking with your final project. So those are just a quick look at some of the great new things that's in View, and we are going to be doing a quick tutorial for each of these things to introduce you to some of the options in View. And if you want to see those tutorials or find out anything else about how to work in this really great program, please visit us on the web at www.geekatplay.com.